The Bundesliga season has just started recently, but I would like to predict player grades for Bayern's players throughout the Hinrunde, throughout the first half of the season in the Bundesliga. And I think that I'll be breaking it down to three categories: attackers, midfielders, and defenders. And after the Hinrunde, I'll come back, I'll do player grades for the Hinrunde, for how they performed in the first half of the season, and then we'll compare them to my predictions right now. So let's start off with the attackers. I think that Kingsley Coman, I think he's going to start 8 games. I think he'll be mainly a bench player. He'll probably be playing in the Jamal Musiala or Thomas Muller roles in that 4-2-2-2. And I think that therefore he'll be a bench player. He'll start 8 games. He'll come on quite a lot, so therefore he'll still get some goal contributions. But I think Coman's not the type of player who gets many goal contributions anyway. He's more of a pacey winger. He's a pace merchant. He goes up and down the winger. He makes lots of plays, and he'll add lots of energy to our team, especially when he's coming on in the second half, which will tire stretched legs. But I think that as a result, he'll only get 2 goals and 2 assists because he doesn't contribute that much anyway, even when he's playing well. His contributions don't come in the form of goals and assists, they come in the form of stretching the opposition backline. So I think he'll still be crucial as that super sub, but even though he's probably our best winger, arguably, I don't think I see him starting, and I think he'll get about a B rating. Now, moving on to Leroy Sunny. So I think Leroy Sunny, similarly to Coman, will not start that many games. He'll be more of a super sub like he was in the first season with the god, the man, the myth, the legend, Hans-Dieter Flick. But I think he'll still contribute a lot. We already saw, for example, against RB Leipzig, he came on, defenders were tired, he utilised his brainstormingly dazzling, dreadfully fast pace, and he was able to get that goal on the counter-attack. I think we'll see more of that. I think we'll see 4 goals, 4 assists from Sané. He'll be productive in both ends. I think he'll also get a B rating, just because he's a sub-player, really. Sadie Amane, I think he'll be mainly our starting striker. He'll be in that poacher-type role in the 4-2-2-2. He'll be the one who doesn't go out wide, unlike Gnabry, Musiala, and Muller as much. And he'll stay more in the centre. He'll be poaching. He'll run into the channels a bit. I think he'll contribute quite a lot. Not an intense amount, but I think he'll do very well. I think he'll get 8 goals, 5 assists. I think he'll start 14 games out of the 17 in the Bundesliga. I think he'll start most games as that striker because he's really only our closest to conventional striker there is, and I think he'll get a B+ rating. He might not be quite as good as we expect, I have a feeling, because he seems to have lost a bit of the explosiveness, but as a poacher, he'll still be very valuable with that B+. Now, on to Serge Gnabry. Serge Gnabry is a player I don't really like, I'll be honest, and I haven't liked him really recently, but after watching Bayern's games against RB Leipzig and Eintracht Frankfurt, I'm convinced he can be a great false number 9. He's fast, he's agile, he's quick, he's nimble, he's able to run into the channels where he'll be employed often. He'll often have to dash out wide while Muller is more towards the centre, but they'll also interchange. He'll be all around the pitch. I think he'll be a crucial player for Bayern. That's why I'm giving him an A rating. And I also think he'll be one of our highest producing players. I think he'll get 10 goals and 5 assists in those 17 games. And what we need from Gnabry is the consistency. We haven't seen the consistency from him since the treble-winning season when he was so good. But since then, he's been inconsistent. He scores 3 goals twice a season against Cologne, which balloons his numbers. But it might be too early to tell, but I think this could be the season Gnabry really goes to that world-class level and really plays cohesively as part of the team and is able to secure an A rating from me by the end of the Hinrunde. Now, for Jamal Musiala, I think Jamal Musiala could be our player of the season. He could be our player of the Hinrunde. He's had 2 man-of-the-match performances in the games I've watched at time of recording, Eintracht and Leipzig game. And I think that he won't start every game. He'll start maybe 11 of the Bundesliga games out of the first 17. But I think he'll get 8 goals and 6 assists. I think he's just going to be so active, so good in that left half space. The goals and assists won't even show his full extent of contributions. He's going to be so crucial for that team. And I think he will get an A+ rating. He's been superb so far. I'm looking so forward to him this season. His dribbling is ethereal. His decision making is now spellbinding. It's just incredibly great to see. I love Jamal Musiala. Love to see him play, and I think he'll be one of, or if not, the best Bayern player this Hinrunde. And then that leaves Thomas Muller, who I also think will be one of the best Bayern players this Hinrunde. I think he'll start 13 games. I think his limits need to be managed a bit with the World Cup coming up. He's going to play every game there, presumably. And in his age, you need to manage his minutes a bit. I think we'll see him get subbed off in the 60th minute, the 65th minute often. He'll start still most games. He'll start the important games, I think. But someone like Kingsley Coman or Serge Gnabry or Leroy Sunny might play in his position in those other games. But when he does start and when he does play, he will contribute. He'll contribute 5 goals and 8 assists. If he played as much as he usually would, as he would 5 years ago, playing pretty much every minute, I think that could be like something like 7 goals and 12 assists, something astronomically insane. Maybe like the top goal contribution provider in the league. And I think he still could be the top goal contribution, like goals and assists provider in the whole entire league, given Robert Lewandowski is now gone and he was usually second. But I think he'll be so crucial in that half space role with Musiala, constantly interchanging in those half spaces in the 4-2-2, constantly roaming. And you need his leadership for the other 3, because you can't just have like 3 pacey wingers. You need someone who has that intelligence, who has that ethereal understanding of the game. It's a profound understanding of the game that Muller has. He'll get an A+ for me. He'll be one of the best. Finally, that leaves Choupo-Moting. What's his first name again? Eric Choupo-Moting. I think he'll be Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting, sorry. I think Moting will only start about 2 games this season, really, but he will contribute 4 goals, I think. He'll be in the Hinrunde, because even though he doesn't start much, he is our only target man striker, so I think Nagelsmann will go to him when we may be playing a low block, when we need more people in for the crosses in the box, when we need a different type of play style. He's our go-to man, and we've already seen he can contribute in previous seasons, so I think he will play. I think he'll be mainly off the bench. I think he'll contribute a bit. He'll get 4 goals. He'll get a B rating. Well, thank you very much for watching. Please let me know if there's any other content you want from my channel, any other series I should do on a weekly basis, for example. I'm open to suggestions. Please suggest in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. The Bayern Professor, I'm out.